So this year for my birthday, I decided to have a birthday 5K. So my birthday is January 10th, and I put together this birthday 5K, and it was a lot of fun, and I highly recommend. But let's back up so I can share how we got to my birthday 5K. I want to say maybe sometime last summer, my husband sent me a video of a wife hosting a birthday 5K for her husband and getting all their friends together. And they went and ran in a park. I want to say they had Bibs. As I started to research it, I really it's becoming a thing where people are getting Bibs, they're getting shirts, they're getting medals. Last year, my goal was to run 2 5Ks a month. So it's like right up my alley for myself to have a birthday 5K. So I want to say about November, I decided to brainstorm, start thinking about it. We have a local park that had been closed and it reopened. They were doing some renovations. They spent lots of money on renovating the park. And finally, when it opened, I went by and scoped out the scene. It was so beautiful. And I'm like, this is where I want to have my birthday 5K. First, initially, I was like, let me have a High Rocks birthday workout and invite people together at one of the local gyms, and we'll get together and do a workout. But then I recall the birthday 5K that he sent me, and I'm like, no, let me just go ahead and do this. The birthday High Rocks workout probably would have been better because it didn't end up happening on the weekend that I had initially planned. So starting with, okay, he sent me the video. I went down a rabbit hole, start searching the hashtag birthday 5K, came up with all these videos, and I'm like deciding to what mine is going to look like, and start mentioning to a couple people like, hey, if I have a birthday 5K, would you come? And of course, some people said yes. Most people said yes. Even my dad. Well, one of my friends at the gym, she said, maybe we'll sponsor. And I'm like, I didn't think about having sponsors. But once she put that bug in my ear, I'm like, that's perfect. Let me reach out to some brands and see if they would contribute. So it became bigger, I should say, than what I initially planned, but it was perfect. So let me go through what all I did, what I made, how it all came about. I initially started with ChatGPT, of course, asking Chat, and I'm going to say him because I'm like, Chat, he's a guy for me. My Chat is a guy. So I asked Chat to make a medal design for my birthday. I wanted to print cookies. So initially I wanted to have shirts. As I again start going down the rabbit hole, it started to get a little bit more expensive, and I wasn't going to charge people. So that was one of the things I had to keep in mind. Yes, I wanted it to be great, but I didn't want to go too crazy considering one, it was the first one. And I, of course, wanted to have a cookie medal. I bake. That's natural. But as I start pricing out like medals, having a company make real nice medals, it was expensive. So I'm like, okay, I still want to have another type of metal. I just went with a plastic acrylic, like an ornament, and I can show you. But just something here, again, using the same design as the cookie metal. And I printed this on the little circle paper. It wasn't, is it Avant? Whatever the sticker you can find in Walmart. I didn't use it. It was another company that I found on Amazon. So I just found, I want to say this is maybe 3.5 inches. And this is like right below that, the sticker that I use. But that was the cookie design. I initially had Chat make the design of a cookie medal. I told it what I was doing and use a dumbbell and a ribbon. So it came out pretty cute. And I wanted it to make a cutter. I have a 3D printer. I use that design. It came up with the STL file. Like, we got serious. So I had the STL file for my cookie design. And then, so I printed the cutter, and then I made the cookies. First, initially, it was like too big because I wanted to print I was going to make about 50 of them, and I didn't want to hand pipe all those, limited on time, because this was around the holidays. I wanted to get a lot of the stuff done ahead of time. We actually were on a Disney cruise the weekend of my birthday. The 5K was going to be the Sunday after, so I didn't have a lot of time to get things done once we got back. So I needed to do a lot of stuff right after Christmas, like leading up to us going on the cruise. I printed the design. So not only did it make the design for the cutter, but it also made a PNG file for the actual metal. So therefore I could just dip the cookies and then print the actual cookie design on top. So this was the actual cookie metal. And then I just got a ribbon, and when I made the cookie, I used the tip from like a tip from icing bag. I just used that to poke the hole in it before I actually put it in the oven. And that was the actual cookie metal. So we started there. Chat came up with the design for the metal, came up with the design for the actual bib. I wanted to use my name for the event and then my birth year. First, I was going to do just everybody have a different number, but then I saw another one online that used their year, and I'm like, oh, that's perfect. This was the bib that everyone had, and I used this paper that I got from Amazon. It was double-sided, printable, white film, tear-proof, waterproof, durable. It was great to use for to print the bibs just in case they got wet. Luckily, there was no rain that day, but I mean, it's nice quality paper. And I punched holes in each side, and then I had little pins that I picked up from Walmart because the ones I got from Amazon were too big. So these are the bibs. And because, again, I was trying to be conscious of how much I spent, I think this one came with 25 sheets. Yes, because I initially ordered 50. And again, when I do it next year, because I plan to do it next year, I used just one pack and then tried to do 2 on a sheet. But next year I'll buy the 50 pack and then just print them individually, because they could end up being bigger, and I want them bigger. But this is my first one, and I'm like, I'm not trying to break the bank because my High Rocks obsession, I need money for that. And then we just got back from the Disney cruise, so this was fine. So that's what I used to print the bib. And of course, Chat came up with this design. First, I had like the dumbbell. Then I'm like, no, it's a race. So let me change it out. And I used a shoe. Selena's birthday 5K. And then everybody's bib number was my birth year. So that was pretty cool. And then again, the metal, I wanted to show you again. We use this acrylic back, something that I purchased off of Amazon. This came separately. And then separately, I purchased the actual lanyard that the metals hung from. I got the circle paper from Amazon to print the actual metal. And again, this was a cheap metal, so we'll see what we're gonna do next year. I mean, it has to get better every year. I'm just praying that the weather holds out, but I'll tell you that weather story in a second. And I tried to keep it all in sync so that it was cohesive. In addition, we made these signs. Again, Chat, so that they knew which direction they were going. Let me see. Are these all the? Oh, here's one. Here's a different one. There's the up one. There was a U-turn. I'm not sure. These might not be all of them. My husband went to go pick them up. So these are ones, but we had a U-turn. We had both directions. We probably need more signs, and I gotta find out where they are, because I do plan to do it again next year. Probably we'll use the same park because it's so beautiful out there. And like I went maybe in November, December to map out the course. So it's not like the park had like a 5K mapped out. I went in one day for my workout. I turned on my Apple Watch and I like mapped it out. And then some people said afterwards they were going to use that to come back and use it to do another 5K. So that was pretty cool. But they do have like just a like asphalt, I guess, circle. And I didn't want us to run in a circle for 3.1 miles. So I'm like, I wouldn't want to do that. So I didn't want to put anyone else do that. So it's an amazing park. So you'll see, I'm going to share some of the video in here so you can see. But I mapped out the course, had the sign so people knew when before they started the 5K, I was like, went over the whole course and they were like, we're lost. But I'm like, just follow the signs. And some people didn't do the full 5K, but it was okay. Everyone had a great time. I think it was pretty cool that my friends came out and ran a 5K for my birthday. What? It was their first 5K. Some of the people from the gym. So it was pretty cool that we did that for my birthday. I ran one lap because you had to do 2 laps in order for it to equal a 5K. We had to put the signs out before everybody got there. Technically, I did a 5K, but I wanted to get some video and film, and I wanted to be there when the first person crossed the finish line, hand them their medals as they crossed. So that was pretty cool. Milo came out, the girls came out, everybody came out. Initially, my birthday 5K was supposed to be January 18th. And for my actual birthday, this is the crazy part about having a winter birthday and planning things outside. So my actual birthday was on the 10th. We were on a Disney cruise. Well, that same day, that's the day that the monks came into Colombia. They were walking through here. So that was pretty cool. And it was a beautiful day. People were like, it was 70 something degrees. We had nice weather. We were in short sleeves. Fast forward the following Sunday, it was calling for freezing rain or ice. It all runs together at this point. I had to cancel it, push it off. I'm like, we'll try for the next Sunday. Same thing. And I'm like, this has been the craziest winter. And they were thinking we were going to get snow. We didn't end up getting snow until the following Sunday. Saturday, Sunday. But we got snow the first weekend in February. And then the next weekend, it started to look like, okay, promising. And I'm like, look, I'm so tired of putting this off. Like, I want to check it off. It was Super Bowl weekend. That was another thing where I'm like, at this point, I'm like, whoever can make it can make it. And because I just hate that I wasn't able to have it the weekend that I initially planned, because I mean, everybody was going to be able to come. But that's okay. Hopefully they have FOMO for missing it. And then hopefully next year, Lord willing, we'll have amazing weather and I can do it again, bigger and better. But I also want to share some of the cool things that I had for people that came. So me being me, I can't do things basic. Of course, I had my cookie medal, but I also made macarons. One of the cool things that I did, because my girlfriend put in my head about sponsors, I'm like, let me reach out to brands. So Chat not only helped me come up with all the designs for everything, he helped me come up with a flyer to send out to everybody, but also a letter to send to the different brands requesting, seeing if they would be willing to donate to my birthday 5K. And I know I sent it to about 30 plus brands. And out of those brands, 4 agreed to send me something. The first one that said yes, they would was Macro Bars. So they sent coupons. They sent dollar coupons, which was pretty cool. I was able to give these out to everyone. They were the first ones that said yes. And I think the next one was LMNT. If you are into fitness, knowing about electrolytes and replenishing your body, they sent, it's a 3-pack. They sent about 50 of these because I put on there, I was expecting about 30 to 50 people. So they sent me 50 3-packs of electrolytes, and which was crazy because Maya had just gotten me some for Christmas and the Christmas gift that she got. Love LMNT. Thank you so much. And then because we have a partnership with Celsius at Orange Theory, I reached out we had done an event this summer with Celsius. So I reached out to the ladies that we communicated with because after the event, they sent the coaches or some of our staff some Celsius. So I was like, hey, I'm having a birthday 5K. I still had 2 cases left. Would you be willing to send me 2 additional cases? And they said, yes. Celsius sent some drinks for everyone, which was pretty cool and amazing. And then the last one that agreed to, which blew my mind, was Orgain. And the crazy thing is, like, I reached out to brands of things that I actually like and enjoy. So we get Orgain from Sam's. We get the big tub. The vanilla bean is our favorite. And they sent sample packs. I thought it was just one flavor when I initially opened. I thought it was just chocolate. So when we got to putting it out the day of, it was chocolate and vanilla. And they sent these shaker cups for everyone. Like, what? Like, hello? Like, seriously? Yes. So you don't know unless you ask, but that just blew my mind. And then the crazy thing is, because they agreed, it was like a couple days before Christmas, the person that I was communicating with. And as it got close to the initial date when I was supposed to have it, I hadn't heard anything. So I reached back out and I was like, hey, I'm not sure if you forgot. I know it was around the holidays. And he was like, I'm so sorry. I'm going to try and get something out to you tomorrow. And he was so sweet and he expedited it just for me to have to cancel. And so that was another reason why I'm like, I have to have this 5K, because I didn't want these brands to think I just asked for this stuff and wasn't planning to do anything with it. But needless to say, Orgain, thank you. We love you around here. And I like it because it's plant-based. Whey can jack up my stomach. This, we truly use it and we love it. So please go support Orgain. They truly went above and beyond to make my birthday 5K special. And then I had drawstring bags that I just purchased off of Amazon that people could put their stuff in. It was pretty cool. When it comes to that kind of stuff, like, I'm just a giver and I want it to not be basic. Okay, we don't do basic around here, but I want it to be special and memorable. And the people that came, they had a great time. It ended up being cold that day. So I had planned for us, I bought paddles for us to do, play paddle ball, whatever. And also there is a couple, like 4 pickleball courts there. I was going to reserve it. Didn't end up reserving it because the online system, which kind of worked out, online system, it wouldn't allow me to do it, but it ended up being cold. We made hot chocolate. I made macarons. I got some cupcakes from Walmart and I switched out they were Valentine's cupcakes. It worked out because the colors were perfect. It went with the pink colors that I had. It was pink and white. And I had made some mini, I think, versions of the cookie metal. And I just put those on every other cupcake. It worked out where I used those to put on top of the cupcakes. And again, we had macarons. I also had bananas. We went by Sam's, which nobody really had bananas. And I got a case of water. I also got 2 different breakfast bars, also just from Sam's, because I wanted people to have something, just to snack on right after. And I think that was about it. But again, I was so blown away. Out of the like little over 30 brands that I reached out to, 4 of them said yes. I mean, that's a win in my book. A little over 10%. The ones that didn't, some of them replied back, some of them I never heard from. And that's completely okay. Maybe next year, I'm still going to shoot my shot again. Again, you never know. I do plan to do it next year. It was so much fun. I just pray that the weather holds out. Now, I run 5Ks. The one I ran last January, it was super cold. I'm okay with the cold, but it was just the ice and the snow and all this that pushed it back. But it was a lot of fun. People had a great time. Luna led in a little warm up that we had beforehand. So yeah, if you're looking for an idea, something completely different than what you normally do, host a birthday 5K. I wish my birthday was in warmer weather, but unfortunately it's not. The people that showed up for me, I truly appreciate it. I just want to share, hopefully I'm not forgetting anything, but I'm going to show you some video, people running the 5K, some of the stuff that we had, the layout, but it was so much fun. And stick around because I'm gonna do it again next year, and hopefully maybe this will encourage you, inspire you to have one for yourself, or maybe have one for the runner in your family. So stick around. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.